Have you ever stared at a thunderstorm from a distance, marveling at the sheer chaos of lightning crackling through dark clouds? Now, imagine looking just above that storm, not in the clouds but far beyond, in the darkness where planes rarely fly, in the part of the sky that's closer to space than Earth. Suddenly, in the blink of an eye, something flashes red. Not below, but above the storm. A glowing red tendril, a ghostly jellyfish-shaped burst of light, here for a heartbeat, then gone. That is a red sprite, a rare phenomenon, a scientific enigma, a celestial phantom that dances silently in the sky. Most people have never seen one. Many scientists didn't even believe they existed, until they were caught on camera. But for those who have witnessed one, the experience is unforgettable, like seeing the aurora borealis break into a blood-red flame and vanish into the stars. Red sprites are not new. They've likely existed for as long as thunderstorms have roamed the Earth, but they remained hidden from human eyes for centuries. Why? Because they live in a part of the sky we don't usually watch. Sprites occur in the mesosphere, an upper layer of our atmosphere, typically 50 to 90 kilometers above the Earth's surface. That's much higher than your usual lightning. In fact, it's above most clouds, planes, and weather balloons. When we think of lightning, we picture bolts streaking from clouds down to the ground. But sprites do the opposite. They burst upward, a crimson crown erupting from the top of a thunderstorm. But what causes them? So, the story begins with a special kind of lightning called a positive cloud-to-ground lightning strike. These are actually pretty rare. Most lightning bolts, carry negative charges downward. But in some powerful storms, a massive burst of positive charge can leap from the cloud to the Earth. And when this happens, it doesn't just affect what's below the cloud, it actually disturbs the electrical field far above. That sudden shift in electric potential triggers a chain reaction. It ionizes the thin gases in the upper atmosphere, causing this spectacular burst of red and orange light. That's the sprite. A massive electrical discharge stretching tens of kilometers in height, spreading like roots and branches, often shaped like carrots, columns, or even jellyfish. They usually last just a few milliseconds. That's really too fast for the human eye to register, unless you're really watching, or maybe just lucky enough to catch it in a photograph. And for decades, nobody believed they were real. The earliest known accounts of red sprites actually come from pilots during World War II. Flying high above storm systems, some claim to see strange flashes of red light, high above the storms, flickering for just a fraction of a second. But their reports were dismissed. After all, pilots are often fatigued, stressed, and dealing with rapidly changing light conditions. It was just easier to assume they imagined it. Even into the late 20th century, scientists doubted their existence. There was simply no physical proof. Until July 6, 1989. That night, a research team at the University of Minnesota accidentally captured a video of a red sprite while testing a low-light camera aimed at a distant thunderstorm. What they saw, honestly, stunned them. A brief, fiery glow far above the clouds. A phenomenon that didn't belong in any textbook. It was undeniable evidence. Red sprites were real. Since then, they've been studied more closely. Observed from mountain peaks, aircraft, and even the International Space Station. We now know they are part of a wider family of upper atmosphere electrical events known as transient luminous events, or TLEs. And the red sprite is just the beginning. There are blue jets, strange bursts of blue lightning that shoot up from the top of thunderstorms. There are elves, glowing halos that expand like ripples across the mesosphere in response to electromagnetic pulses. There are halos, trolls, and gigantic jets, towering bolts that connect thunderclouds directly to the ionosphere, reaching over 100 kilometers high. These events are so rare and so fast we barely understand them. But they remind us that thunderstorms are more than just wind, rain, and lightning. They are complex, three-dimensional engines of energy, capable of connecting Earth to space in ways we are only beginning to grasp. Red sprites in particular have an eerie beauty to them because, unlike other electrical phenomena, they seem almost alive. Their shapes twist and flicker like roots searching for soil, their branching arms spread like veins, and their red color, unlike anything we see in normal lightning, gives them an alien appearance. There's a reason they're sometimes called the fairies of the upper atmosphere. Some cultures even have folklore that might trace back to sprites. Ancient Japanese legends speak of mysterious lights in the skies during storms. The Vikings told of glowing warriors riding the storm clouds. Perhaps tales inspired by rare glimpses of high-atmosphere phenomena. Today we have high-speed cameras, satellites, and scientific models. And yet, red sprites still elude us. We can't fully predict them, we can't always see them. And despite all our advancements, we don't completely understand how or why they happen when they do. Think about that for a moment. In a world where we map the stars, track every storm, and explore the quantum scale, there are still natural phenomena happening right above our heads that remain wrapped in mystery. Red sprites remind us that Earth is not fully explored, not really. There are secrets in the sky, in the deep sea, in the forests, in our DNA. The unknown is never far away. So the next time you see a thunderstorm in the distance, especially at night, don't just look at the lightning. Look above it, because if the conditions are just right, you might be one of the very few lucky enough to catch a glimpse of the sky's most elusive ghost. A red sprite, silent, brilliant, gone before you even know what you saw. This is the world of Cryptoverse, where science meets mystery, where the strange is never too far from the real. If you enjoyed this journey into the electric unknown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who still believes there's magic in the sky. Until next time, keep your eyes open, because the universe always has one more secret left to reveal.